Hi Bruce, hi Bruce. So 30 years later, I mean, so much has changed in terms of technology. You know, from then you guys used to use projectors to now they are touch screens. What can you say has been your favorite products then versus now?
Yeah, if we go back to the early days, I think one of the most exciting products of those years was the original video walls that we imported into the country and used on car launches and things like that. The technology, it was just emerging technology at the time, and that was probably one of the most exciting times because it was just such cutting-edge technology at the time. We video walls of that sort of nature never existed. Bruce, what do you remember from?
Well, now that you talk about that, I mean, I'm a little bit younger than you, but not a lot. But I think now that you talk about that, I think one of my first memories was going to the Camel Pyramid of Light at the Standard Bank Arena, and to see on a stage a whole lot of these sort of screen video walls all stacked up in these various shapes. I think it was with Alex J in those days at the Standard Bank Arena. I remember that, and yeah, I don't think we'd ever seen anything like that before with all these screens around. And I gather you had something to do with that.
Yes, that's 100% right. I mean, we were there. We were with Alex J at the time backstage. It used a stack of monitors. I can't remember how many, but it was CRT monitors and a whole bunch of electrosonic video wall processing equipment in the back. And it was a very successful campaign for Camel at the time. So yeah, that was one of.
Was that all like off the shelf sort of stuff, or did you guys have to sort of make some stuff like you used to do in your early tinkering days?
Yeah, it was very much like that. It was very much a technical production to the. Yeah, we were fixing stuff as the show went on. We were swapping cables. You know, it was the early days of video wall. Electrosonic was probably the first company to bring video wall into the country.
Oh wow, jeez. When I joined Electrosonic, which was probably just under 20 years ago, I was chucked in the deep end with some architectural products, and I was given products like things called the Martin Alien. And now it was a very high-end product at that stage. It was a color-changing downlighter, but not LED. It had little color flags in the front, and I remember having to go and see these rather suited consultants and to try and convince them to buy this product called an Alien. It was a little bit of a conundrum in a sense. You've got this rather strange name product and trying to sell it into sort of high-end retail shops and that. And we also had color-changing fluorescence, which I think was quite new. So that was quite exciting. You know, people had always done color change with gels and gel frames and that, and now we had fluorescent tubes that were different colors and could control, and we could mix them. So I don't know, those are some of the early products that I seem to remember.
And I mean, 30 years later, obviously, you can't be here without your people, staff, team, and very clients. What would you like to say to your clients, your partners, and your staff?
I think from our side, obviously, it's been an amazing journey, and we've had amazing staff to go with it. There's been people come through here that have since moved on into the industry, and they've become, you know, huge role players in their own right. People who have built up very successful businesses had their grounding here at Electrosonic. I think it's been a massive breeding ground for the industry as a whole. If you look around and you see within the live events as well as the AV industries, a lot of the successful companies out there, a lot of it was bred here in the Electrosonic breeding grounds. So, you know, it was great training, great people that we had. They were innovative people, and they've gone on to, you know, to create their own careers and their own paths in the future. And, you know, I wish them all the best of success. And then, of course, the customers that we've been dealing with, the dealers we've dealt with over the past, you know, most of them are still around. Most of them have been very successful, and I'd like to think that we contributed a bit to their success. So yeah, they've also been amazing. And of course, a lot of those staff are still with us. I mean, here's Bruce He's director of the company, and 20 years later he's still with us. And we have lots of people like that around who have been committed to Electrosonic and the product line, and it's exciting because we followed along from those early days. We are still a cutting-edge company, and it's very exciting to work here, I think.
Yeah, I think I can definitely echo those sentiments. Yeah, you know, just sitting here thinking back at some of the really amazing people who've sort of come through the doors and who started at the bottom. Some of them are very worthy competitors at this particular point in time, but they all started here, and you know, we still have lots of friends of the people who've left us. Some have left under circumstances, but a lot of people have left and have got on to really, really great heights. Some have travelled overseas and that. You know, our clients, we formed, you know, this business is very much about relationships and friendships, and you know, I've personally formed some amazing relationships with clients, as well as staff as well. You know, that you know, we chat many times after hours, and you know, it's work, and it's also just, you know, about life in general. You know, shows go on all hours of the night, so it's been really great. I've been very privileged to travel the world with my work in this company, and I'm very grateful for that, and I'm very grateful to Bruce and Laurie, the founders of this company, you know, for giving me the opportunity and letting us grow. You know, we've always been treated like adults in this company, and being given the freedom to make decisions, you know, and express your own sort of you know, a point of view. I think it's very important in making people grow, is that they feel that they have value. So yeah, you know, just from my side, a very big thank you to you. You know, as you say, almost 20 years that I'm still here, and yeah, part of the furniture.
Yeah, and maybe just a word about our suppliers as well. We've you know, we've had this long journey with some of the major suppliers we've had then, we still have now, the likes of Martin Professional, the likes of Kramer Electronics. These are companies that were very small companies when we first adopted, when we first formed partnerships with them, and all these years we've carried along with them, and we've developed our business, and them in parallel have developed theirs. Martin Professional, when we first started doing business with them, they were essentially a smoke machine company, a fog machine company, making and selling fog machines. Kramer Electronics, they had a handful of products when we first started doing business with them. And today they've got over 2,000 live product lines on their price list. And of course we all know Martin, part of the Harman Group. They've become the biggest role player in the industry. So, you know, we've travelled a long line with our suppliers, and we still continue to do so. Somehow we have the ability, our team has the ability to pick the right suppliers. We look for cutting edge technology, we look for potential rather than developed businesses. We go out there, we find companies that have really cutting edge technology and a really great team behind it. And you know, you can look at products like MaxHub, which is out of China, but they are the leaders. There is no one in the world that is bringing out the level of technology and the innovation that they're putting into their products at the moment. And you know, we've picked them up, and we're going along the ride with them, and this continues with most of our suppliers, with most of our products, and this is why we're still around now. We're still supplying leading edge technology 30 years later.
Sure.
And in closing, if there's, just out of top of mind, if there's one word you'd use to describe Electrosonic, what would it be?
Cut.
Yeah, that's a very difficult question.
Can we use 2 words? Can we use 3? Sorry, I got 3. I don't know. I've always liked the slogan, sort of products and people. I mean, you know, we have amazing products and we have amazing people who work for us. And I think if you combine those two aspects together, you know, I think you have a winning secret.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. And by people, we're talking about our own staff,
yeah.
We're talking about our customers, and we're talking about our suppliers.
Yeah.
So, you know, the people part of it is massive. If there's no people, you know, if you don't have the right people, you're never going to be successful. So it's, yeah, the people and the products as well. The products follow the people, I think.
Yeah.
But you've got to have the right products as well. So yeah.
Yeah.
There's not, I can't think of one word that sums that up. But
I'd like to just take the opportunity in closing of thanking our very valued staff. The last 18 months over the COVID period has been extremely challenging on many people. We all know how the live events industry has been very much left alone and not supported, and a lot of people have gone through some hardships. But all across the board, staff in our company have had to suffer and take pay cuts and had extreme mental duress, and from both the management perspective as well as being a staff member, we've all had to make sacrifices. And I just want to take this opportunity to say a very big thank you to our staff members, and many of them have stepped up to the plate, have gone beyond what would have been expected of them under the circumstances. The whole adjusting of working at home and remotely and stuff. It really has been a great journey, and I just want to say a big thank you to the sacrifices that people have made. I think we are coming out of this phase at this particular point in time, and I can only hope that we get back to where we were, and we can grow our company to greater heights again. And just thank you for your leadership under these trying times. I know we've had to make some really hard decisions, and I guess that goes with the territory of being the boss. So thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't say it in better terms than what you said it now. I think it's just, thank you to Team Electrosonic. I think you guys have been amazing. Thank you very much, and I see a bright future for us.
Da, 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 da.